Breezie, tune in to the American dream. Throw the fist up one time for the team. 16 banners, let's make it 17. Breeze up, seize up, rep if you bleed green. 2 Jade up, they about to make it rain. 15 players going hard in the paint. NBA fans turn centers in the same. Get smart on these boys, true fans, I'll explain. Game on the line, last shot, don't freeze. Move the ball on the court with ease. Turn your radios on and TVs. Relax, kick back, tune in to see. Game on the line, last shot, don't freeze. Move the ball on the court with ease. Turn your radios on and TVs. Relax, kick back, tune in to see. Welcome to See Breeze, episode number 2. It's your boy Breezy and my girl Keisha. Keisha, what's going on, baby girl?
What's going on?
Nothing much. Hey, I know Celtic fans right now are probably on this all-time season high.
That's right. That's right.
We 3-0. We got a 3-game winning streak going on right now. We could possibly make it a 4-game winning streak on tomorrow evening against the Toronto Raptors. What are your thoughts about what's going on with the Celtics so far?
Right now, feeling super confident, feeling super good. They've been playing not 100% well, but they've been able to close out games when we need them to close out. Kemba's been amazing. Tristan's been coming out of the works. JB and JT, although they're fatigued, you can see it. They're still doing what they got to do to keep us afloat. So it feels good going into tomorrow, 3 on top. We just got to get this one more, go into the All-Star break with some confidence. See, I got my Believe in Boston on today.
Hey, I just got the lucky green. Look, we wear clovers for a reason. All right.
There it is.
All right. And so before we get the show all the way started, man, we can't start the show without doing this. Happy birthday to our guy, our general, Mr. Jason Tatum. He's 23 years young.
Wait.
Did I say that wrong?
Yes. He's 2,165 days old. You cannot take away him being 19. The man's still 19.
I see what you did. Boy still look 19, even though he got facial hair now, came into the league with no facial hair. Now he got so this boy, look, man, happy birthday, Jason Tatum. Much success to you, man. Many more. I would sing happy birthday right now, but I got to save my voice for this weekend. All right, so happy birthday to Jason Tatum. Woo!
Happy birthday, JT. Happy birthday.
JT, you definitely deserve it. All right, so let's talk about the game last night.
Yes.
The game last night, man.
Always nail biters.
I was about to say, look, I have to get new couches because the ends on my couches are wearing out. All right, not the seats and the cushions; those are perfectly fine. It's the ends because I'm always sitting on the daggone end of the couch, not knowing what's gonna happen.
I'm telling you, these boys love to keep us at the edge of our seats. I appreciate that they love to do it, but I cannot wait till we can get to the point where we can kind of fly easy. And we're not stressing at the last minute.
I don't think they care about the fans. I think they're mad because we're not there supporting them at the game. So they like, you know what? This is must-see TV. We're going to give them must-see TV.
Yes. Take it down to the wire.
To the wire. And they do it in a high orderly fashion, right? So they go up like 10 points.
Yep.
Oh, and I'm like, 3 minutes? Oh, yeah.
We got this.
We should be good. We're cruising. Then all of a sudden we can't score. And then we're letting probably shoot. I don't know what to say. Anyway, 112, 117. 112 to 117, man. Paul George was killing in the first half.
He was. And I think a lot of it was because of who was guarding him. If you look at the stats that came up at the fourth quarter when JT and JB were on him, he couldn't get a shot off. So we know our boys, when they can focus and defend, they can do their jobs even on the best. So Paul George can be Paul George, but you can't stop defense when it's that good. You know what I mean?
That's perfectly said, too, because I'm going to tell you like this. Look, Paul George was cooking. They were leaving Paul. I got to figure out the Celtics defense. I don't know if they're dumb, like slow, like not communicating. It might be all of the three.
I think it's all of the three. For some reason, I feel like
when I say dumb, I mean brain farts.
Yeah, like you can see like the actual mental gaps when it's like, I know you saw that person. I mean, I've seen JB do it a couple of times
Right.
when it's like he goes, I think they try to sometimes overhelp. And then when they need to help, they're not paying attention enough to be able to get to the help. So we've been leaving some of the wrong people on some people because there was one shot Paul George made a 3 and Ojale was on him. I'm like, Ojale, come on, you got to do something. It was just it just wasn't going to happen.
Right.
But I just think we just have to tighten that up, especially our perimeter defense. I think we lax a lot, and people get hot on 3, and you can forget about it.
That's it. And it's unfortunate because the Celtics yesterday they were scoring on all cylinders, right? And so you're like, oh man, this is a game. But then they couldn't defend on the other side, so they kept the other team kept scoring. Now here are the percentages, right? So field goal percentages, 43-87 for the Clippers. They shot 49.4%. All right, from the field goal from the floor. The Celtics 42 for 86. They shot 48.8. So it was so
close. That was
so
like
close.
Literally watching that game. It's like whoever got the run was going to win this game. That's just it. Just they were going back and forth. I think when I was watching it, I think they were saying that it was like 11 lead changes. They kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And those are good games because it does make it exciting. But then when we get up to that lead, we just need to be able to be focused, keep those defensive focus so we can get those stops. So then we can either build off the lead or maintain it. Like getting close kind of makes you sweaty.
Right. And it was a couple of things they did, right? So either it was lack on defense in the perimeter, or it was a freaking turnover, which allowed them to score easily in transition. And I'm like,
yeah. JT yesterday was definitely off. Some of the turnovers he made, I was like, that's not even him. And I was like,
he tried to split 3 dudes. I don't even think Allen Iverson used to try to split 3 defenders.
No,
you know what I'm saying? He has handle. Right. Kyrie Irving doesn't even. I know y'all don't like the name. I'm sorry, guys.
He who shall not be named.
Okay, my fault. That guy that used to play with the Celtics used to wear number 11. He wouldn't even try to split 3. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Jason Tatum is the greatest ball handler yet, but it could be his gather. I don't know what it is. All I know is
he gets loose.
He gets just a little bit. A little bit. Now, here's a cool percentage because if you watch this game, right, the Clippers were shooting from the 3 lights out.
Yes.
But tell me why the Celtics finished ahead in the 3-point percentage. Celtics shot 50% from the floor.
I think we were just taking more efficient shots.
They were taking
a lot of more efficient shots. I think instead of us going off doing that, you know how we do some games, we just start chucking threes. I think people were actually taking like good shots. Like we're not just going to keep shooting up threes to try to keep this lead or build the lead or get back in. They knew when they needed to shoot a 3 and they knew when they needed to drive. And those drives to the paint, the rebounding. I mean, Tristan was looking good in the paint.
He almost had a double-double.
The man, that's the Tristan that I was looking for when I heard we were picking up Tristan Thompson for the Celtics. And I definitely see he's definitely, like we talked about this last time, you can see he's getting back in NBA shape.
Yes.
And if that's the Tristan that we're going to get heading into the second half, I am so excited because between him
and
Time Lord and Tice.
Right.
Tice has been, he's had some off moments during the game. Like yesterday he had a few off moments, but when again coming down the clutch, when we needed Tice to be Tice was able to do what he needed to do.
I would like Tice to play a certain role. We'll talk about this in a minute. But my man Ricky Ricardo Martinez said, "Yo, Breeze, you might as well curse instead of mentioning Kyrie Irving." Look, the Celtic fans, he might be more hated. Yeah, I'm saying the word hated.
Yep.
More hated than Ray Allen. We're gonna do a poll, Keish, and we're gonna find out who's more hated after being a Celtic. Is it Kyrie or Ray Allen?
I think that would be an excellent poll. Let's do it.
We're gonna do that because I to this day, I don't think Ray Allen could come back to Boston and he lived out this way for he went to UConn for all God's sake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't think he could come back here. No. I just don't think so. He might not leave.
I don't even think if Kyrie even tried to buy a ticket that said Boston, I don't think he would even make it. So at least Ray can get on the plane. Kyrie can't even get to the plane.
So Kyrie can't. Okay, you're right. The fans want Kyrie. It's what he did though.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, wait a minute. Which one did something worse though? Because Kyrie told the fans he would love. He didn't. Did he say he was coming back, or did he say he would love to be here?
No, he said when we had the fan event, he said that he wanted to stay here, that he was gonna be here if we wanted him to be here, basically.
Okay. So he didn't do anything wrong then.
But you don't tell Boston that you want to stay.
He said he wanted to stay, but Danny Ainge didn't keep him. So why are we mad at Kyrie? I can't figure it out to the death.
Honestly, I don't think. I honestly, and I'm gonna be serious. I think Kyrie had the intent to stay. I'll say it that way.
Okay.
And whatever happened in December, whatever was going on in his head and his heart, I think he just decided maybe he wanted to go home. The problem was he had already made a commercial saying that he wanted his
Can
jersey.
You take the words out of my mouth? Like that's where I was going with my thought.
You can't.
That's what messed me up. Keisha.
Yeah, like
the commercial messed me up all the way.
The commercial threw everybody off because even when people were saying no, and I was like one of the people, I'm telling you on Twitter, no, he's staying. Like you guys, the media people were getting it wrong, blah blah blah. Even when that, because of that commercial, I was like, nah, he's staying. When I found out he was leaving, oh, dead to me. You are dead to me.
Shout out to my man Ricky. He said he had the dentist getting drilled listening to us, yo. I love look, man. We got some supporters up in here, and he was saying, "Low, like Durant in the Bay Area. Yet Kevin Durant can't go back to the Bay.
Oh, is that bad?
Oh, he probably won't leave the Bay. If you know the Bay, like I know the Bay, you got to know I know the Bay. I'm a Niners fan. Oh, I know the Bay. And the Bay isn't just 49ers. Listen, he can't go back there.
Oh my goodness.
He's loving the East Coast right now.
He should probably stay over here. Kyrie should probably stay in Brooklyn. He's probably better off. Because if he ever tried to put another green jersey on, it would be a problem.
It's too crazy. One more stat that stuck out to me last night, and I think you were up there tweeting in the world about Scott Foster this and Scott Foster that, right? Yep. Here's an amazing stat from the Boston Celtics, all right? They shot 73.9% from the free throw line. Right. That's bad to me. We got to get in the gym and shoot some free throws. We should be shooting 80 and above. Yes. But we had 23 attempts to 9.
Which was shocking to me because Scott Foster was officiating last night.
That has to be a typo. I could have swore I saw the Clippers go to the free throw line at least 19 times.
No, you know what it is? I think it was the calls it's like they were making the calls at critical times that caused more of an issue for us. But we would get into the line. Like Tatum was actually driving and able. That's where a lot of his points came from him driving and getting those calls because the Clippers do bad fouling. Like they put their hand out at the wrong time or, they put their arms up and hit people or Patrick Beverly I'm almost not going to trip you, but I almost tripped you. Oh, I don't like Patrick Beverly.
I don't either. He's such a.
I don't like his game. I don't like his game at all.
He's a net too. Like just always up in your face. Like
very annoying. Like I know Marcus flops, but he takes his flops to a whole nother level. It's like, bro, you don't have to do all that. If you're getting fouled, you're getting fouled. Like
I will say 2 years ago, Marcus Smart was the flop king. I feel like he's toned down a little bit. Though.
He has. I think Kemba is now our charge king. So
charge king. That
Kemba's
little boy,
charge king.
Little 6'0" point guard getting knocked in the chest, getting up. I'm like, yo, Kemba, we need you for like 30 more games, bro.
We can't be having that chestal area.
You get what I'm saying? Next thing you know, Kim will be doing 3 a night. He be out. Nah, but those are some interesting stats. And Keisha, I was really happy because I tweeted out once that the Celtics were going to beat the Clippers about 4 or 5 days ago, and people told me to hold up. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to hold up because there's a different vibe when the Celtics get their vibe going. Yeah, they're tough to beat. Right. And if they're tough to beat without Marcus Smart.
Imagine. They're tough to beat when Jason Tatum's having a bad game like that.
Wait a minute.
Imagine.
And Clipper fans are going to be like, well, Kawhi didn't play. Actually, if Kawhi would have played, I don't think Paul George would have cooked like this because Kawhi would have been dominant with that ball. And the Celtics play Kawhi better for some reason.
Right.
It's the shooters.
Right.
It's the shooters the Celtics struggle with. It's perimeter defense.
And that's what we can discuss when we get to talk about the T.P.E and what they need.
Got you. Got you. Got you. Got you. All right. So the Celtics on tomorrow are going to be playing the Toronto Raptors tentatively, right? Because the Raptors have a COVID outbreak and they've been off for a few nights. And I'm not sure if they're going to be back. I'm not the game is scheduled to be played tomorrow night at 7 p.m. We're not sure if it's going to go down or not, but if it does, what are your thoughts on Toronto? I think we're 2-0 against them. If I'm
We're
not
2-0 against them right now.
Hey, talk your trash.
We're 2-0, and that's when I think both of our teams were pretty healthy. Okay. Now we'll be playing, if anything, the G League bench players if we're having anybody. So I'm expecting a beat down tomorrow. There's no excuse for us not to tear them down. But Toronto still plays really tough. I just think with them losing Serge Ibaka and not really getting the same production from Aaron Baines, that it's not the same team. I know they love Siakam, but Jaylen Brown has his number. And I think they all have figured out that stop goes, that little post-op move he does. Everybody's figured it out. So he's playing better, but I still think they still struggle with us because we know how to be able to defend them. Yeah. So if we defend correctly and get some shots up, we should have a good game.
Yeah, and there's only one person that worries me, and that's Kyle Lowry, and that's because when he wants to take over that game, he get to the basket. He's a flopper.
Yep, we know.
he's probably number 2 in taking charges.
Right, and he's there. Their coach whines for their calls, so that also Brad doesn't do that.
Right. So, remember that time Nick Nurse, like literally just had a baby on the court and it stopped the game, stopped the momentum. He got the call too.
He knows how to whine to get his calls. And that's one thing I wish Brad did more. Like, I think not necessarily fighting to the point to getting a tech, but you got to fight for your players. My husband says it all the time. If you fight for your players, they're going to fight to want to win the game because they try to want to push. So you have those moments when people get ejected out of games. You see how hard those players come back and play. We got to learn how to do that as well.
I agree. Now, the Celtics have a chance to go on a 4-game winning streak headed into the All-Star break. They won't play again till March 11th. That's a Thursday night.
Yep.
The break, Keish. The break.
Let's talk about it.
These are the breaks.
Let's talk about it.
How much is this break needed for this Celtics?
They need it so bad. I mean, I'm so proud of them that they've been able to push through and get 3 wins with some pretty decent teams. You know what I mean? They got them. They fought them out, but you can see their fatigue. They need this rest. Like, I'm bummed. Like, I'm glad that JT and JB got pulled up to be All-Stars. I'm kind of shocked about them being in a 3-point contest, but it's probably because so many other of the stars are not playing with the All-Star break. I wish they could get more of a rest, but the team as a whole, I think they just need to kind of recalibrate. So this rest is going to be huge. I think they're going to come out of the rest refreshed, ready to go, especially if they're coming off a 4-win confidence, because we coming up to Brooklyn. And you know that's going to, I mean, like, of all games for us to start off with after the All-Star break, why did it have to be Brooklyn? But it is what it is.
It is. And I'm like, oh, man, that's going to be tough. But you know what? Again, another team. The Celtics play better against better teams. Don't know what that means. I do know kind of what it means. I wish it wasn't always like that, but they just seem to turn on and turn up when they're playing up to their competition. It's unfortunate that they struggle against teams that are subpar.
Right. But see, the other flip side of it too is like, this should be a revenge game for them. We've gotten beaten bad twice by Brooklyn. They need to come out and punch them in the mouth. That's just point blank. Don't take your foot off the gas. I think Tristan Thompson, we talked about it last time. Step on that next to the blood come out. Like, don't stop. Just get there, get that win, keep strong, be dominant, and beat Celtics. That's all we need you to do. If they can do that, they can beat anybody.
I agree 100%. All right. So let's talk about a couple of guys returning. Marcus Smart is set to return after the All-Star break.
The mayor.
Romeo Langford is set to return. Not a big surprise. I don't see the same fanfare for Romeo, but I do know with Romeo Langford, you're going to get length on the perimeter. You're going to get defense.
Yep. That's one thing he did do well. I was impressed with his defense. And, when he did make shots, he made good decisions when he was taking his shots. So, I think, like I said, he's going to be a nice addition. I just want him to give time. Hopefully we can keep him not getting injured, because the poor thing just it just seems like he's missed the glass sometimes. So
It's always with
hopefully,
the hand,
and his ankle. Remember, he twisted his ankle twice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And it's just because I think, he just goes so hard. I think he has to let the game
come
slow
to him.
come to him.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And he's definitely got his niche with the Celtics because he's another wing. Look, there's one position Danny Ainge covets. I mean, if you're not a wing, you're not getting. It's two positions. It's two types of positions, right? It's 6'8" to 10 wings, right? And then 5 foot point guards.
5 foot point guards.
I'm like, dude, you can get a big point guard and you stay with these 5 foot dudes, yo. And I'm like, there's such a liability on defense because all the point guards now are like 6'3" and up.
Right. And I think he likes them because a lot of times the shorter point guards play with more grit. Like they just because they want to prove something, right? So think about IT.
The Napoleon complex.
Right. He got that. He was a liability. But when it came to the offense and you needed buckets, IT was going to get it for you. It's like that's just the way it is. So I think that's just why Danny just like, you know what? It's worth getting that offense. We can fix the defense part with my 6'10" wings, but
that's true. No, that's a fact. And matter of fact, the point guards that Danny brings in, these are bad defensive point guards, but every time they come into this system, their defense rating goes up.
Right. Because I mean, Kemba's not great on defense, but again, like you said, one of the top people taking charges. He will sacrifice himself to be able to get a turnover, and so that works in our favor. Marcus is Marcus. He's just everything. So as we're talking about returns, oh my God, you can see how much we miss Marcus during the stretch of games. I don't care what people can say about his shooting picks and how he does whatever. At this point, Marcus can do whatever he wants as long as he's on the court and handling his business. Let the general be the general.
I'm going to vow to you on national podcasting television I will never ever complain about a Marcus Smart 3-point shot ever again.
Let him take it because
I miss Marcus Smart.
Yes,
I miss him.
It's just that swagger. He has that swagger, this defense, but Marcus has so much confidence in himself. He don't care. He'll keep shooting until he gets that one bucket we needed to win the game. That's Marcus Smart, and that's what we've been missing.
I'm telling you right now, you won't hear a hooping out of my mouth. If Marcus takes a shot, It's well-deserved. He need to catch up anyway.
He definitely has to catch up.
And what's funny is when we watch Marcus practice and shoot and all that type of stuff, man, he's a good shooter.
He is. He does those circus shots that you see Steph Curry do. It's like, I can't believe he could shoot like that.
Right.
But think about it. When we're in those high, intense moments, and it's like, Marcus, every time when he shoots it up, I'm like, no, Marcus. And I'm like, yes, Marcus. But it's like he has this uncanny ability to be where we need him to be and make that right decision that helps the team either get that passion up to pick up their defense or that one shot to get us going and want to keep up the offense. So
I agree.
Let him be Marcus. Let him do what he's going to do.
I agree 100%. So this break is definitely much needed. The Celtics are going to be able to get their other players rest. Rob Williams will get some rest. Tristan Thompson would get rest. Kemba Walker will be able to rest his knee. And so the Celtics would be looking really good and healthy. They get these two pieces back for defensive purposes, offensive purposes. People don't know Marcus Smart is the assist leader on this team. Him being back alone will allow Jason Tatum. You want to know why Jason Tatum is struggling? Yeah, I can blame it on his health all you want. But he has to be the playmaker right now. He's being the general. And so when Marcus Smart is there, he's able to, scan the floor, make sure people are in their spots. And Jason can take a one-on-one on the ISO, go to a corner. Jaylen Brown. Look, you
already know.
We already know. Yeah. And so them coming back is going to be crazy.
Huge. Absolutely huge.
All right. So the Celtics this week, All-Star game, everything is on Sunday. Am I confused? Did they make a typo or is everything on Sunday?
And for what I'm understanding, everything literally is on Sunday.
Okay. So due to COVID, I believe that's what's going down.
Yep, that's right. So we're going to try to squish everything in. So you got your skills, competition. You're going to have the 3-point contest.
And then the game.
So,
all right. My Sunday about to be blazing.
Yeah, I'm not leaving the house. Forget it.
Yeah, because I never understood the Friday with the international and this that and then the whatever. No one cares about them. And then Saturday they would do the skills and the 3-point contest. But why take up a whole night? Just do it one
all
day.
at once.
Bang it out.
Yeah, I think probably, and it will not surprise me if this is going to be like one of their higher rated All-Star games because they're doing everything all at one time.
It makes perfect sense.
Right. No one's going to get up. You don't got to worry about, we got to watch again tomorrow to do the dunk contest, blah, blah, blah. Nah, you getting a full day of nothing but the best of the best from the NBA. So everybody's going to want to tune into that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown from the Boston Celtics have entered the 3-point shooting contest. Now, there are some names on this list, all right? You got 6 shooters up here.
Yeah.
Steph Curry, you know his name. Curry, the chef.
Waddell.
Look, this dude is leading the NBA with 164 3-pointers right now, all right? He's leading the NBA. The second player on the 3-point list is Damian Lillard. He ain't on the list. Buddy Hield is number 3. Joe Harris is 4. And then we get to Zach LaVine, who's tied for 5. All right.
Confused.
All right. So let me just. So Donovan Mitchell is 10. All right. I'm going somewhere with this. Don't mind me. All right. Hold on. I'm getting there. I promise. I'm getting there. I'm trying to see where that boy Devin Booker is, and he's not up there. Wait,
like I haven't seen D Book drop threes like he used to. Like
man, his game has changed.
Yes, D Book is not playing the same way that he used to play.
All right, so Devin Booker is not even in the top. All right, bump Devin Booker, but let's see. Jason Tatum is tied for 32. He's at number 32. That means he had 78. 3-point shots.
Okay.
Right? And then Jaylen Brown is right behind him with 74. And I'm going to get to Booker. Let me just keep scrolling. Nope.
Are you?
I don't even see Booker on this list. Either I can't read or he's just not on the list. And so now watch him win it. Right?
Exactly.
So here's the thing. Booker is going to win this event. And there's so many reasons why.
Right.
Number one reason, snub from the NBA All-Star game, right?
Yep.
And so that right there is going to fuel the fire that we have not seen from Devin Booker in a minute.
Exactly. He's been playing like that for the last couple of games too. So see what he did to LA. So
this is going to be crazy.
It's going to be crazy.
It's
going to be a shootout between him and Steph Curry. I feel that. Like, I'm glad that, Jason and Jaylen got picked. But that's not who I'm watching for. Love my team. No,
I love the fact that you are not a homer. No. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. I want to see Tatum win something. I felt like he got snubbed on the skills challenge last year by Bam.
Oh my God!
Like, how couldn't he? How do you let Bam hit the shot and you don't?
Especially after the shot he hit the year before.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm not a homer either, but I would like to see my Celtics do something. I think they're gonna have a good time in the All-Star game, but I would like to see him. But I'm gonna keep it 100. Steph Curry is gonna win this event in high fashion.
I'm going with Devin Booker.
So you going with Booker?
I'm going with Devin Booker.
Right, I'm gonna go with the chef.
I'm going with D Book.
I'm going with the chef just because when you got the old man in here, he not even old, but like he the OG of 3-point shots, right?
Right.
I just don't see him losing that fire. He's leading the league, and let me go back and tell you how many he got. He has 164. Like that's all he does.
Pressure though. It's a different pressure.
So you're saying pressure. So you're saying because the pressure isn't there, he can't hit wide open shots?
No, I just think it's like when you're under the clock and you got so many balls on the rack, you got to get those shots up. I think it's different. So I've seen like really good 3-point shooters. Like Joe Harris was like one of the best 3-point shooters like 3 years ago. Couldn't make one when it was time for him to get up there to do it for the All-Star game. It's like a different pressure.
Good point.
I'm expecting Devin to want to show off because Devin got chip on his shoulder and he's rightly deserved. Like
that chip is definitely big too because he is pissed. I'll tell you right now.
Right now, right.
And his stats are good. I know we're not seeing the same Devin Booker, but his stats they're up there.
I think to be honest, since they pulled in Chris Paul, and someone had a stat. I have to find it. I'll send it to you, but They were saying how every team that Chris Paul goes to, they get better. Their win share and win percentage gets better. And
What's
it's
more
happening
important?
and it's happening with the Phoenix Suns.
And ask
Chris
yourself,
Paul is
yeah. What's more important, Chris Paul, your team getting better, excuse me, or just having a person that can score 70 points a night? I had to bring that up.
Bring it up.
I was doing something. I don't know what I was doing. No, my students.
Yeah.
My students was like, hey, Mr. Brown, do you remember when Devin Booker dropped 70 on y'all?
Yeah.
I said, student, do you want an F? I'm like, that's how I get down. You come at me, I come back at you. And so I'm like, are you kidding me?
Right.
Of course I remember. It messed the whole class up. So the rest of the day they were doing work, right? Like we were gonna have a nice powwow conversation.
We were
gonna talk about things, what's going on. Right. Nah, straight read this, do this.
That.
This
you got a quiz.
Yeah, right. They were like, dang, Mr. Brown. I was like, don't mention that game. We won the game. We did win that game.
But the fact that he was, some of those shots, mind you, this is when I first became like a Celtics fan. So this was all new to me.
Okay.
When my husband loves Devin Booker. If he could get Devin Booker on the Celtics, he probably would be in heaven. Like he loves him, right? When we had to play him, he was like, oh man, you gotta watch this kid because he was teaching me about basketball. So I'm trying to get fresh. I'm like, how can somebody shoot like that from a logo? Just the shots he was making, I'm like, no matter who tried to guard that kid, nothing.
They were contested.
Nothing.
They were contested shots. Right. Our defense wasn't bad then.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like they were contested shots. That's when I realized he's a natural born scorer.
Yep. So for him to be able to make the adjustment, one shows a lot of maturity. But like you said, I think he's realizing like, okay, I'm tired of the Phoenix Suns being that low totem pole team in the West. I know what we can do. If we got the right pieces together, let's try to make a run. And last year when they were in the bubble and they were on that undefeated thing, I think that blew their heads up. Phoenix, they are, and they're showing that they're gonna be tough.
Out west. They got a challenge out west, but they are balling out. It's crazy. We talk about the Phoenix Suns, but there's connections to it, all right? Yeah. And then another connection I have really quickly, shout out to my man John, my boy Avery. They are tuned and they are chatting up. I don't know how they got to NASCAR racing, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let them go ahead and have their conversation. I tried to watch NASCAR once, and that's I bought the video game after. I can't get into watching it on TV. Like
no.
So
I don't understand the point of driving around 165 times. I can't.
I don't know if
you're excitement.
Right. Like I don't get it, but some people love it.
Love it.
Right? They're in love with it. That's their thing. They treat NASCAR like we treat the NFL or the NBA.
NBA, right.
All right. So I made a tweet earlier, and I said, you know what? Peyton Pritchard, is going to be like the next Chris Paul. And I know people are like, what? You can't compare that. But just check out the grit and style that Pritchard plays.
And some of the passes he makes.
I'm just
he's
talking
got
about
a great IQ. He brought lobs back to the Celtics because he's been so accurate being able to read that lob play with Rob, with Time Lord. So we're getting better at lobbing now because now everybody's doing it correctly to him. And I think it's because of Pritchard, because that connection and him being able to do that pick and roll and getting Rob involved. I think that's why Rob is doing so much better, because of what Pritchard's doing. I'm telling you, that kid,
I'm telling
4
you.
years of college, I'm understanding now. There's some people who are natural talents, like natural talents that like a Jason Tatum, a LeBron James, that they were going to come out and be stars regardless. But then you got those players that have been in college for 4 years and have that basketball IQ that knows how to play the game. So remember when we were going through the whole trade process, the drafting process, everybody was upset about Pritchard and all up on Nesmith because, everybody was seeing Nesmith with the sharp shooting and everything else. Nesmith is a great defender, and I think he'll get to that point where he's shooting. Pritchard jumped on the court and has been balling. Even when he has not such a great game, he's still using his IQ and making good decisions. So for me, I agree with your assessment. We'll be watching him because I feel like he's going to be the future starter for the Celtics when Kemba decides to retire as a Celtic. That
I'm with
Pritchard's
you.
gonna
I'm
be,
with
you know what I
you.
mean? Pritchard's
I'm
gonna
with
be
you.
our guy.
You
I'm so up on Pritchard. Absolutely up
you
on that
speaking
kid.
that into existence too, and I heard what
Yeah,
you said. You said Kimber retiring as a Celtic. You
he
goddamn
sure
right.
is.
He's
He
gonna
sure
retire
is.
as a and we're gonna get to Kimber. I promise you in the next 10 minutes, and we're gonna be out of this joint
Oh, I'm
because
so
Kimber
excited.
Walker.
Mhm.
Wait till we talk. We're gonna do a whole show on Kimber, by the way. But no, check this out, right? And the
Yep.
reason why I compared them, not compared, but the reason why I can foresee that happening is just
Mhm.
everything you said.
Right.
Like his IQ on the court.
Mhm.
Chris Paul, his I and remember, Chris Paul has played with stars. This
Stars.
dude is getting his feet wet. He's already had a 30-point game, which means you know he can score if he
Mhm.
has to.
Has
He
to.
can get the ball out. He can get his assist up. The only thing about Peyton Pritchard that just drives me to drink.
When he steps out of bounds.
No, all the Celtics do that. That drives me to curse. But here's what drives me to drink. Pritchard,
Mhm.
I know you can shoot, bro.
Yep.
But take a couple feet steps in.
Yep.
Because you shooting extra range extended threes.
Right.
Like, just step in. Nobody, you got the space, bro.
Do it. You don't gotta do logo shots all the time.
Yeah,
It's pretty, but I'd rather get that just right on the line shot.
And so I had an argument with people. It's like, no, he's trying to tell people he has the extension, the range extension. I'm like, yo, but if they're not going in, like, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. He has to take them, but limit those as much as you can. And you have corner. Look, the Pritchard's gonna be fine with the Celtics.
He'll be
the only
fine.
thing he got going, that not going from is he's short, but that's a Danny Ainge guy.
That's a Danny Ainge thing. But even though he's short, he can still ball. He's still doing what he got to do as our guard, especially off the bench.
I agree.
We missed him when he wasn't there.
I agree 100%. I want to play this quick game with you, right? So, are you a LeBron fan?
No.
Okay, so you're gonna be Team Durant. I'll be Team LeBron, right? And so we're gonna pick our all-star players, right?
Okay.
And we're gonna. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna do my best to try to write this down as we talk. I'm gonna leave the picture up as we speak, so that way, you know. And so, Keish is going to be Durant. Now, Durant's not playing in the All-Star game, so I think Jason Tatum's getting the start.
Right, Jason Tatum's getting the start.
All right, that's awesome. All right, so you get first pick. And who are you picking first? I'm
gonna go with I gotta go with my boy Jason. Sorry.
Dude, we just talked about you not being a homer. And then the first pick you picked out of all these stars, you picked Jason Tatum?
Because Jason Tatum's gonna get me buckets. That's why I'm picking Jason Tatum first.
I can't with you. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm going Giannis. Since you left him there, I'm gonna pick the Greek freak.
All right, so you picking Giannis. I'm gonna take Joel Embiid.
Smart, you mother sucker. Okay, I see what you're doing.
You know what I'm doing. Go ahead, try. Let's see what you got.
I'm gonna go. Oh, there's some players on this, right? You know what? I'm gonna go Nikola Jokic.
Oh snap! Shoot, I need a good point. You know who I'm gonna take? I'm gonna take Waddell Stephen Curry.
You punk. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just gonna write down your picks and I'll do mine later. All right, so you got Curry. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to pick. Oh man, I can't leave this kid on the board, yo.
Yep.
I'm going Luka.
Shoot. You know who I'm taking? Give me Bradley Beal.
Give me Kyrie.
Where are we at? We're still at starters?
Yeah.
Kawhi hasn't been picked. Give me Kawhi.
Dang. Can't sit there and be like he hasn't been picked. Dang, and so I still got one more starter to pick, right? And so I'm left with who am I left with? How you get all the starters? Wait a minute. There's no more stars. All right. Anthony Davis is probably going to be out because of his injury.
Right.
Ooh, I got a player. See,
I already know you. I know you're going to go ahead and take it. I already know you take it.
Oh, no. I'm going to go Zion.
I knew it. That's a pretty good. So, So I get to pick another one.
Yeah, it's
so
your
we in
turn.
reserves now.
Yeah.
Give me Julius Randle.
Okay, that's a smart one. It was him resign that I was going with. Give
Yep.
me Jaylen Brown.
Give me Chris Paul.
Give me Paul George. Wait. We going too fast. Hold on.
Right.
You pick Kawhi and then Randall.
Yep.
And then Chris Paul.
Chris Paul.
Got you.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I think I just picked Paul George, right?
Yep, you did.
All right. So you got Chris Paul. I'll write mine down later and then I'll tweet our picks. Go ahead.
I want Dame time. Give me Damian Lillard.
What was I thinking? Okay. All right. I need a minute. I need a second. All right.
I got one more, right? How many I got? Oh my God. Because I already know who my last
give me Ben Simmons.
Oh, that's cool. Give me hold up. I need a good center.
You got a good center.
I know, but he can be kind of soft. That's what I'm trying to decide.
You think
which one
Embiid could be soft?
No, I got to get one off the reserve. I'm trying to pick on my reserve list.
Got you. My bad. I'm shut up.
Give me Rudy Gobert. Give me Gobert.
Smart.
Give me Gobert.
Smart. Give me Devin Booker.
Oh shoot.
I'm getting scorers.
I guess I'm stuck now with Nikola Vukovic.
You took.
Oh no! Wait! Stop it!
No!
I forgot about. I just missed those other two.
Nope, you said them. You got them. Hold on. Can't be cheating. All right, hold on. Who'd you pick?
I just took Nikola Vukovic.
Oh, you got Vukovic. Nice.
I got Vukovic. I took Vukovic.
All right, and so.
I already
write this down. All right, Vukovic, and then wait. He hasn't been picked.
Yep, there's three.
He hasn't been picked. Give me James Harden.
Oh, you can have James. You can have James Harden.
That's fine.
I've raised you a James Harden for a Zach LaVine because I think
he's underrated. Take your Zach.
I think he's underrated. People don't give enough
take
credit.
Your Chicago bullying. All right. There's 1, 2 players left.
Who's left?
Right. I'm gonna go Sabonis.
Oh.
All right. And so wait. You pick LaVine.
Yep.
And so I got Sabonis. Now I think you get the last pick.
Who didn't we pick?
Who picked? No one picked Donovan Mitchell.
I thought you picked Donovan Mitchell. If not, I'm taking it.
Yeah, I didn't pick Mitchell. I don't think I did.
I'm taking Donovan. There's my shooters.
So I got to figure out who's going to be filling in for Anthony Davis because he's messing up everything. He's making it uneven.
So they didn't pick his reserve yet?
I feel like it's there, right?
It should be.
Like he's still on this list.
He's still, this is weird.
And so this should be one more player.
I don't think they put in his reserve yet.
All right, let me just read your team back only. I'm going to read your team, and then I obviously got the rest of the players, right? And so, it might be even because Durant is out. I don't know, whatever.
Right.
So you got Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Stephen Curry, Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard, Julius Randle, Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, Rudy Gobert, Vucevic, LaVine, and Donovan Mitchell. God dang it, you got a squad.
I got the shooters and the centers, baby. That's go.
That's a squad. My man John said his reserve was Devin Booker. That would be Devin Booker. And Jason Tatum was Durant's reserve.
Right, because the Sabonis took Jason's spot.
No, I took Giannis. Hey, John, I ain't high. That was my first pick.
Yeah, John, he got Giannis. That was
LeBron and Giannis. It's about to be big. Yeah. I'm good. I got some players too. She got a squad. Wait, I'm mad they laughing that I took James Harden. Look, I hope James Harden dropped 50 points on y'all. All y'all talking. Listen, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. But before we go, we want to end on a bright spot for the Celtics, right? And so the Boston Celtics, a lot of people out there, oh no, here it is. I just want people
spill them out
to And this is for Celtic fans and all the sports analysts out there.
Yep.
Okay? Because Celtic fans, I think, sometimes can be really harsh to their players.
Yep.
Now, before we fill out the apology, Keish, let's go ahead. Over the last, shout out to Kayla Got Clamps for this tweet, right? Kemba Walker, last 4 games, he's averaging 24.5 points.
Yep.
5.7 assists. He's shooting 42.5% from the 3-point line. And he's giving you 50 smiles a game doing it.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You got to love it.
I don't think I've ever seen him frown.
No.
And so
even when he's losing.
Right. And so to all the fans out there that wanted him traded, cut, gone, kicked off the team, kicked out of the league, like, here's the apology form. Screenshot this, take a picture. If those that are listening to us on the podcast, I will email it to you. Just give us your email address.
Because we need these forms.
You're gonna need to fill this form out because he deserves your apology.
He does.
He definitely deserves the apology. Keisha, final thoughts.
I am so glad Kemba is showing who he is. Shooters never forget how to shoot. I've been hearing that all day, seeing that all day. Kemba was rusty. He just needed time to get back into his game, feel confident about his knee, feel confident about being a part of this team, remembering who he is. The moment all of that clicked for him, and that's why I was so glad he smiled. Even when people were, why is he smiling? We're losing, blah, blah, blah. Because Kemba knew his time was coming. He kept saying, my time's going to come. And look at where we at. 3-0. Why? Because Kemba stayed consistent. He kept shooting until he got everything together. And it makes me feel good now. Like, I hate to be that petty person. But I have loved Kemba even when he was in Charlotte. I adore Kemba Walker just because of who he is, his personality. And I think people seem to forget that these are people. And you have to understand that all superstars go through a slump. I don't care who you are. There are times in their lives where they may get off, but when they finally get it together, they become who we need to be. And right now we're headed into the All-Star break with Cardiac Kemba showing himself. I'm excited about what's going to happen going into the second half because I feel like Kemba's ready. Kemba is ready.
Saying it. Look, the rise of the Skywalker. That's all I'm going to say. Kemba's back, baby. And look, for all the Celtic fans out there, enjoy the All-Star break. If there's not a game tomorrow, enjoy the break. Enjoy Tatum. Enjoy Brown. Support your guys, man.
Stay with us.
March 11th, they will be back full sail ahead if there's no setbacks in the injury. We love y'all out there. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is your host, Wayne Breezy. She's your host, Keisha. Keish, yo, we are Sea Breeze. We out, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Breezy. Tune in to the American dream. Throw the fist up one time for the team. 16 banners, let's make it 17. Breeze up, seize up, rep if you breathe green. 2 Jade up, they about to make it rain. 15 players going hard in the paint. NBA fans turn centers in the same. Get smart on these boys, true fans, I'll explain. Game on the line, last shot, don't freeze. Move the ball on the court with ease. Turn your radios on and TVs. Relax, kick back, tune in to see. Game on the line, last shot, don't freeze. Move the ball on the court with ease. Turn your radios on and TVs. Relax, kick back, tune in to see.